It is becoming a glaringly obvious fact that leftism is breeding mental illness.
And your family screaming, "Oh my God, we're burning alive! No, I can't feel my legs!"
Welcome to my channel, Outspoken Samantha. If you are new here, welcome. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you're returning, welcome back. I appreciate your continued support and I hope that you will subscribe as well. So I think something that is becoming glaringly obvious is that these transgender identities are not natural. That this is not something that naturally occurs in children. It is not something that naturally occurs in adults. That it does require some form of influence or manipulation or indoctrination, some kind of outside force to plant the seed, to plant this idea in somebody's mind that this is a possibility before they will pursue it. Because children and teens and adults that are not given this opportunity do not tend to naturally gravitate towards it. We see all of these books, we see all of these parades, we see all of this stuff going into cartoons and ads and toys, and we see, this consistent trend where whatever somebody is dealing with or struggling with, whether it be a teen that is dealing with depression or anorexia or autism, or whether it be a grown adult that is dealing with some kind of mental health issue or trauma, there's always an underlying comorbidity to it before transgenderism can take root. And this is extremely concerning, because what we're actually doing is convincing large numbers of people between toddlerhood and adulthood that they have a condition that they don't actually have, and that they're being treated far more aggressively than people with actual gender dysphoria have ever been treated. This used to be something that manifested itself in young boys in their childhood, and it was something that you could see signs of very early on, and it was treated very carefully to make sure that all of the decisions that they were being led to, all the options that they were being given were things that they actually wanted, because there is no turning these choices around. So it had to be something that they could live with. Whereas now you could have a toddler that, a boy that picks the color pink and suddenly their entire family says that they're transgender. Or you could have a teenager that is struggling, that is nervous about going through puberty or has depression or anxiety of some kind, and they're being told that they have gender dysphoria, that they were born in the wrong body. Or you could have an adult that's going to a therapy session to deal with trauma, and they are being given the exact same diagnosis. Literally every single underlying condition is being treated with this one-size-fits-all diagnosis, and it is sending people spiraling. So then I came across this video on Instagram of this woman who shows up to this man's house to criticize him for allowing his 2-year-old daughter to wear too much pink. And I first thought this was fake. I thought this was some kind of spoof, that it was staged. And it turns out the more you watch it, you realize that this is very real, and just how disturbing and deep this brainwashing goes.
Hey, so you've come to my house to complain about my baby wearing pink.
I was just asking really why you keep putting her in pink and not other colours.
Well, traditionally, girls often wear pink.
Well, I think you'll find that was back in the day. I don't think it's today. I think you can wear any colour you want now.
Well, no, you can. She has other clothes as well, but her favourite colour is pink.
Well, I've only ever seen her in pink, and I think that's not allowing her to have freedom of what gender she wants to be. Freedom? Well, she should be
she's a baby.
She's not a baby.
She's a baby. She's 2.
She looks a lot older than that to me. But anyway.
Well, hold on a minute. What's any of your concern?
Well, it's my concern because I believe that the world has got better since we've got all this fluidity with genders and all the different types of genders now.
Okay.
And I think by dressing someone in pink, if she doesn't want to be a girl when she's older, she wants to be a transgender or whatever, then she'll have been dressed in pink and you would have confused her.
Unbelievable. There are so many things wrong with this interaction, but what I find funny, there's just a couple of things that I find really interesting here. You will see in videos from places like Boston Children's Hospital and other doctors and therapists that will say that a sign that your child is transgender is that they go against the stereotypes of their biological sex. So if you have a boy that likes the color pink or you have a girl that likes dinosaurs, then that means that they're transgender. Well, what you have here is a toddler that is perfectly fine wearing the color pink and perfectly fine with these stereotypes. They're not confused yet. It is time for you to confuse them in their childhood, in their toddlerhood, and present all of these options that aren't necessary. It's only manipulation and influence if you have your little girl wear pink, but it's not manipulation and influence if you lay out all of these other options and tell them that they can be whatever they want. And then she goes on to talk about how this will make her happier and healthier, and that kids need these options and that they need to know that they can be whatever they want. And I think that that is honestly refuted on a daily basis. If you see any of these videos of people sobbing about, being misgendered and having the wrong pronouns used, it is not creating a happy and healthy and stable society.
Imagine being trans and trying to go get your medication. I literally walk up there, the lady on the phone is like, oh, can I have your last name? And so I give it to her. She's like, oh, okay, I'll meet you out there and I'll give you your prescription, right? So I'm waiting and she comes out and then she says, oh, is this for? And then she says my dead name. And I'm like, my name is Rylan. And she just looks at me. And then she puts the medication on the table and shuts the door and locks it behind her.
This person is upset about something that they never would have been upset about had they not been told that this was their true self and that their problem is that the people around them aren't accepting it. They are now made into a perpetual victim, and they're wasting all of their time and energy worrying about what pronouns people are using, and instead of pursuing something that will make them legitimately happy and give them a sense of purpose.
Felt. Not respecting someone's pronouns is an act of violence.
And this girl is just sitting in her closet sobbing, and again, hysterical over things that they do not need to be hysterical about. And I worry about the next generation when they are so addicted to getting attention that you can see that they are doing these things just to get attention, including changing their pronouns, including taking on a transgender identity. I think today's children and youth are so completely lost, and especially after 2 years of sitting in their homes and being disconnected from their peers, they are just starving for connection with other people. And unfortunately, transgender identities have been sold as this thing that's going to bring them this community. But what they fail to mention is the fact that if they change their mind, this community that was sold to them is going to be the first people to exclude them and target them and ostracize them.
Like I said, I am Maxwell. I am trans. I am big gay baby. My pronouns are they, them. What are yours?
You know nothing of my name. That will sign that paperwork. Yes, please physically remove your arms from me. I did. We're going to let you walk out on your own. Let's go.
This bill will directly impact children and cause them suicidality. The blood of trans youth will be on your hands.
I actually finished at Tulane University with a master's degree with a 4.0.
Here today to represent the teachers who are not scared of you. Nicknames for some, but not all, is blatant discrimination, and you know it. I will say gay.
As amended favorably to the House floor by a 7-5 vote. Is it?
Appreciate your time, committee.
Is there a motion to adjourn? Thank you.
And then there's this whole situation. I have no idea what's going on here, but honestly, if we've got a 2-year-old girl that is perfectly happy wearing pink, and you want her dad to set her on a path to turn into one of these people, I would be dipping my child in pink just to avoid that. These people are not stable. They are not happy. They have no sense of purpose. And all they are doing is getting up there and screaming about rights that no one is trying to take away from them against people that have no problem with them, other than the fact that we can see the pain and the hurt that has been imposed on them unnecessarily. And we are trying to keep that happening to more children. So let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. Like this video, share it with others if you think it's worth sharing. Please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate your support, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.